Croeso, welcome. I'm Neil McEvoy, the Assembly Member for South Wales Central, and I'm at our Senedd today. This film is to explain a little bit about what I do as an Assembly Member. But first of all, let's take a look at what the Assembly is and what the Assembly does. Diolch i fiewn. Come on in. This is the Assembly's mission statement, so this is what it's all about, really. The National Assembly for Wales is the democratically elected body that represents the interests of Wales and its people. Makes laws for Wales, agrees taxes, and holds the Welsh Government to account. So a large part of my job is to ask those sometimes awkward and difficult questions, to hold the government to account and make sure that we get answers. I'm in the public gallery just overlooking the chamber where the 60 democratically elected Assembly members sit. We have elections to the National Assembly for Wales every 5 years, and the party with the biggest amount of seats gets to form the government. There are 60 Assembly members, so they need 31 in effect. The people who run the government are called Cabinet Secretaries, and they sit on the crescent-shaped front bench just over there, and they spend £16 billion of our money every single year. And as an opposition Assembly member, it's my job to try and make sure they spend the money as wisely as possible. I'm in the chamber now, and this is where we debate, where I ask questions. This is where I sit. These are the voting buttons for, against or abstain, and here we make laws for Wales on education, on health, on taxation now. So it's in this room that really important decisions are made. I'm able also to ask questions, as I said, of the Cabinet Secretaries, because it's very important that we try and get as much transparency as possible in Wales, and it's crucial that Assembly members hold the government to account and scrutinise exactly what is happening. In the centre of the chamber is this piece of art by Alexander Belashenko. It's called The Heart of Wales, and it signifies power being concentrated in the centre, in this room, and the consequences of decisions taken here radiating out all over Wales and affecting the lives of everybody in our country. And that's why it's important that all the laws made here are scrutinised as effectively as possible, because they have a great effect on the lives of every single person living in Wales. This is one of the committee rooms, and I come here for the Petitions Committee, which is a really great committee because anything at all to do with the National Assembly or the Welsh Government, that anybody can send in a petition to get it discussed here by us. If you get over 5,000 signatures, then you have the right to have it debated in the Assembly itself. And in these rooms, the old mobile phone comes in handy, because we also have witnesses who we question, government cabinet secretaries, for example. And what happens is people will message me as the meetings are going on, and I'm able to directly represent my constituents and actually ask the questions that they've sent through to me on my phone. It's very, very useful, and direct democracy. If you walk around the Senedd, you'll see one of the major features of the architecture is glass. From the walls to the banisters to the lift over there, where you can see the internal mechanisms of the lift as it's working. Now that represents the founding values of this Assembly, of openness and transparency. Before the Assembly, most decisions affecting Wales were taken in the Welsh office behind closed doors with very little accountability. If we didn't like the decisions, there wasn't a great deal that we could actually do. The Assembly changed all that, because we elect politicians here to ask questions, to bring about as much transparency as possible, and to hold the government to account, upholding the values of transparency, openness and democracy. And as far as the public is concerned, if you don't like the decisions taken in our Assembly, then every election you can vote for a different party and for different politicians to do things differently. We now have a Welsh democracy. We're at the end of the film now, and I hope you've learned something about my role as an Assembly member and a bit of an insight into the life of an AM. I'm here to represent you. I'm here to ask questions of the government. I'm here to ask difficult questions. Sometimes the questions I ask don't make me very popular in the corridors of power, but that's my job. And I'm going to carry on doing it to the best of my ability. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much.